Alright, now to 3D print. So we're lucky we have 3 different types of printers. This video is going to be on how to use the Replicator 2s, which are the large ones here in the back of the room. So each printer uses its own print software. For these printers, we're using the MakerBot, and there's 2 versions of the MakerBot. We're going to open this one for those printers. Alright, so I've opened it up here. Now I'm going to add file. So go ahead and choose your print file. For this, I believe I saved it right here. That one I saved a second ago, print. It's an STL file. Alright, so there it imports it for us there. Initial impressions, that looks pretty darn big, so I want to rescale it. We'll talk about a couple of these icons here. The first one, the scaling, is this icon right here. So scaling, if I click it twice, now it opens up these options. I like the uniform scaling. Maybe right now that's too big. Maybe I'm going to go 50%. 50%. And hit enter. So it looks fine. Now let's just say I wanted to orient it. Ideally we don't have overhangs, and ideally you have the biggest face down. So here you can orient it with these ones. I could click here and flip it a couple times. I can click here and flip it a couple times. Whatever is going to make it so we don't have overhangs and such that our biggest face is down. If I wanted to move it, I can move it with this option. Almost always want it level on the platform, so you'll click here. You generally want it centered, so that's all great. And then this last icon, this allows us to kind of move how we see it, if you want to see different angles of it. There I'm just holding down the mouse and doing that. Okay, so now that I have something I'm liking, I'm going to go preview and just have a look at it. Ideally these prints are going to be under an hour. Let's look to see what it does. Okay, so here right here it tells me that's 24 minutes. That's great. If I zoom in a little bit, it shows me the layers. So that's all looking pretty darn good. I'm going to close out this. Now here's the really important part that's unique to these printers. For these printers, you have to use an SD card. These printers only connect with an SD card. Now to get the SD card in your computer, you need one of these fancy USB sticks that allows you to put the SD card right in here like that. So once you have this, now I'm going to go through, I'm going to put this into the computer's USB drive. Okay, so now that I have the SD card in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this file to that SD so that I can then take it over to the printer. So here I'm going to go export print file. Now I need to go over here and find the USB. So here's USB right here. That all looks great. Oh no, I almost forgot something really important that a lot of people might forget also. I need to change our device type down here. We have Replicator 2s, so the default is not correct. I need to go up to Devices, Select Type, change it to a Replicator 2, and now it's going to send it as the right type of file. So now I can go up, Export Print File. That file type looks great. I need to make sure I'm back in my USB, so I'm going to click USB here, throw it in there. These are all the previous people have done before me, and that's okay. I'm going to hit save. Wait for this to go through. Okay, fantastic. It's ready. Hit OK. We're going to go down here on the bottom of the screen and tell it it's okay to remove the USB. So just click on it and say eject. And now you can pull it out. Okay, now what you're going to do, you're going to take out your SD card, go over to an open printer, put the SD card in there, and then using the menus in there, you're going to say build from SD, select your job, and if you saved it all correctly, your job will be right on top. You don't have to go through the list. Select build from SD, and then in an hour or so, you'll have your part. That's that.